Welcome to lesson 11, of course, in the coverage of the 9 laws of indices. This is the last lesson of this topic. I hope you've enjoyed and learned something. So as we conclude, we shall discuss the various questions in terms of application of these laws, and lastly, the index or the exponential equation. I am your teacher, Joseph Rudel Opati. Now, the first question is this: evaluate the following. So part A, we have, of course, 8 raised to power 2 over 3 plus 4 raised to power 3 over 2 over 16 power negative 3 over 4. Let me just have the question written on this side for us to have enough space for the workout. So we have what? 8 power 2 over 3 plus 4 power 3 over 2 over 16 power negative 3 over 4. So what do you do? I can see we have a plus here in the original question. We don't have an index law in regard to what? Addition. So what do? Work this separately, that separately, and that separate. Then later combine the outcomes with the appropriate, of course, operation. Like here I'm going to add, here I'm going to divide. So we begin with what? 8 power 2/3. So what's 8 power 2/3? This is same as what? 8 on its own is same as 2 power 3. Then we have power 2/3. This will give us what? 2 power 3 times 2 over 3. That and that will cancel. You'll be left with what? 2 power 2, which is equal to 4. We go to this part. What do you have? 4 power 3 over 2. 4 on its own is same as what? 2 power 2. Then raised to power 3 over 2. Now what do you have? 2 raised to power 2 times 3 over 2. That will give you 2 power 3, which is what? 8. So we have that outcome from that workout of that part. This outcome from the workout of that part. Then lastly, we focus here. We have 16. Now 16 power negative 3 over 4. 16 on its own is same as what? 2 power 4 raised to power negative 3 over 4. Then this will be 2 power 4 times negative 3 over 4. That and that will cancel. So what will you have? 2 power negative 3, which is same as 1 over 2 power 3. In the end, what do you get? 1 over 8. So 4 is the outcome from the workout of that. 8 is the outcome from the workout of that. 1 over 8 is the outcome of this denominator part. Then you add what? The outcome of that and that. That is 4 plus 8. Then divide by outcome of this, which is what? 1 over 8. So what do we get? Of course, the outcome of that was what? That was, if you remember, 4. The outcome of this was 8 over outcome of this 1 over 8. So what do you have? We have 12 divided by 1 over 8. That gives you 12 times 8. The overall answer is what? 96. And we are done. We go to our question, part B, of course, of question 10. What is the question? 27 power 2 over 3 plus 1 over 81 power negative 3 over 4. Now 27 on its own is what? 3 power 3 raised to power 2 over 3 plus this applying the negative index, of course, law, it will be 81 over 1 power positive what? 3 over 4. Now this will come to what? 3 power 3 times 2 over 3 plus 81 is same as what? 3 power 4 times, of course, raised to power 3 over 4. This and this will give you what? 3 squared. Now here multiplying 3 over 4 by 4, the power left there will be power 3. Then you get, of course, 9. Sorry, you will get 9 plus what? 27. Overall outcome is what? 36. We are done with those questions. Now just go through them and you can go to your math made familiar for more questions, of course, of that nature. We go to what? Question number 11. What is the question? Simplify 20 power 2n. We have it to create more space here. 20 power 2n times 100 power 2 minus n divided by 64 power n over 3, everything over what? 20. So what do? We apply the appropriate laws of indices. Now this one here, I'll say, is equal to, maintain it the way it is. Here 100 on its own is same as what? 10 power 2, then into the power which was initially there, 2 minus n, divided by 64 is 2 power 6, of course, raised to power n over 3 over 20. Then we proceed, open this bracket and of course simplify that. Now what shall you have? 20 power 2n times 10 power 4 minus what? 2n divided by 6. Of course 6 times n over 3, 6 times n over 3, 3, 1, 3, 2. 2 by n gives you what? 2n. So do you have 2 power 2n, of course, over 20. Now we proceed. Now here I will come to this. I'll have 20 power 2n times 10 power 4. Now subtraction of the powers means what? I was dividing numbers to a similar power and the power is 10. So 10 power 4 minus 2n will be same as what? 10 power 4 divided by 10 power 4 divided by 10 power 2n. Then here you can have what? Times, then you take what? Reciprocal of this, 1 times 2 power 2n, of course, over what? 20. Then we come back to this first part. Now remember, we are multiplying, we don't have common factors here, so we multiply this with that, this with that. Multiplying this, remember, the powers are the same, and we have discussed the law of multiplying numbers if they have what? Similar powers. So I will have what? 20 power 2n times this by this will give me what? 10 power 4 over this, and this will give me 20 power 2n, of course, divide because of what? Over, divide by 20. Now keep in mind, this and this are common factor will cancel out. I'll be left with what? 10 power 4 divided by what? 20. This means what? It means 10,000 divided by 20. And then what do I get? I would get 500. 212, of course, 500. That is the outcome. We go to the next question. We're just focusing on doing questions in this topic. Now, which is the next question? Given that 10 power x is equal to 30, and 10 power y, 10 raised to power y is equal to what? 2. You're told to do what? Find the value of the following. The first part we have what? A, 10 power x plus y. We said having a plus in the indices, it means what? Initially, numbers to a similar base were being multiplied. So what will I have? 10 power x times what? 10 power y. But remember, 10 power x is what? 30. And then 10 power y is what? 2. So what is the eventual outcome? You get this as what? A value of 60. We go to part B. B, what do you have? 10 power x minus y. Subtraction, meaning we were dividing numbers to a similar base. So 10 power x has a value of what? 30. Divide by 10 power y, a value of 2. In the end, what do you get? 15. We are done with that. Last part, that will be 10. Of course, remember, 10 power x is equal to what? 30, and 10 power y is equal to what? 2. So we say 10 power x minus 2y. I think you can try now this one on your own. Given that 10 power x is 30 and 10 power y is 2, find value of 10 raised to power x minus 2y. Because this is the conclusion, and I've done two questions, similar question, you can try that one. Good. Now we go to the next part, which will be the part of what? Indices or exponential equation. I'll quickly do the questions, of course, which are unique in nature. If I do one question, then you can look into a textbook and made familiar to get what? Similar question. Now, equations, indices, equations. The first equation is what? We have 3 power x is equal to what? 81. So what do you do here? Express both numbers in terms of a similar base. So I'm going to use the base which is on this side, which is what? 3. So 81 in terms of base 3 will be 3 power 4. Given such an equation, now logically speaking, the only value which will make sense here to make the equation hold should be 4. If I put any value which is not 4, this equation will not hold. So this is the argument we use. If you have such an index equation and you have similar bases, the rule is whenever you have index equation and the base are similar, what do you do? Equate the powers. Therefore, x is equal to what? 4. We are done. We go to equation number 2. What do we have? X cubed is equal to 27. So here what shall we have? We shall have an argument which is the reverse of the previous argument. Here, whenever you have similar powers, what do? Equate the bases. Therefore, x is equal to 3. Okay, we go to the next equation. Given such an equation as 3 power x is equal to, let's say, 1. What do? We shall argue we want to achieve similar bases. I want to have base 3 on this side. I will recall the zero index law. Whenever a number is raised to power 0, the value is same as 1. So here I'll put what? 3 power 0, so that starts what? The same value as the initial one which was in that equation. So having similar bases, what do? Make it bigger. You say x is equal to what? 0. Now, simple as that. 2 more equations. Just trying to conclude, but I'll make sure I exhaust every possible form of equations. Now, we go to this equation here. We have 3 power 2x is equal to 1 over 81. Now we shall have, we want to solve this equation, 3 power 2x being equal to 1 over 3 power 4. Then I will apply what? The negative index law. This will be same as what? 3 power negative 4. Having similar bases, I equate what? The powers. Then by 2 by 2. X will be equal to what? Negative 2. Okay. We go to another part. Maybe this one is a bit tricky, but I hope you get the point. What do we have? 5 power x is equal to 7 power x. So 5 power x equal to 7 power x. How do you solve this? Now divide through by either 5 power x or 7 power x. Let me divide both sides by what? 7 power x by 7 power x. So what do I get here? Remember the fourth law. You are dividing numbers to a similar power. What will happen? You're going to divide the bases. Let the outcome, I assume that similar power. Dividing same elements. What do you get? You get 1. Then I'm going to use 5 over 7 as the base. So of course here I'll have maintenance of whatever I had initially. Of course power x. Here I'll argue that 5 over 7 to power 0 has value of 1. Having achieved this case where I have what? Similar bases, what do? I equate the powers. Therefore x is equal to what? 0. Good. So we are done with that. Just maybe some work for you to attempt at home. But remember, this is the last lesson, so most likely we won't have to go through the question again. So what do you have here? We have this question for you to attempt. Solve for x, given that, of course, equation 3 power 2x minus 1 is equal to 7 power 2x minus 1. You can also attempt this. 2 power x is equal to what? 0.25. Now I just want to conclude by another set of index equations which are maybe solved differently. Then we come, of course, to the end of our topic indices. Now look at this equation 3 into 2 power m is equal to 24. You are supposed to solve for m. We have two approaches. The first approach will be existence of brackets here implies what? We have a multiplication there. So how do I do away with 3 on this side? I divide both sides by 3. So this 3 will cancel. I'll be left with what? 2 power m. 24 divided by 3 will give me what? 8. Then we'll have what? 2 power m being 2 power 3, which is 8 expressed in index form. Having the same basis, what do? We equate the powers and we are done. This is the first approach. But approach number 2 is supposed to be understood because most questions will be using what? Approach number 2. Actually, to make the work easy in this index equation. So the previous equation was what? It was, of course, 3 into what? 2 power m equals to what? 24. So what we do, we can introduce another unknown. Say let 2 power m be another unknown like t. It means where we have 2 power m in this equation, I'm going to put t. What will I have? 3 into what? T is equal to what? 24. Then 3 times 3 gives you what? 3t is equal to 24. Then solve for t. What do you get? T is equal to 8. But remember, t is our own introduction. The question required us to do what? Solve for m. So after getting t, come back to this equation connecting m and t, given by 2 power m is equal to t. But of course, remember, t has what value? 8. Therefore, 2 power m would be what? 2 power 3. it means m would be eventually 3. We are done with that. Just two more questions or 3, and we shall have come to the end of this topic. Now another question here just for you. We have 36, of course, begin from here. 36 power x plus 1 plus 6 power 2x is equal to what? 2. We are supposed to solve for x. So what do? Express this in index form. 36 same as what? 6 power 2 into the initial power which was there. So we shall come, of course, to this. Then we'll have opening of this bracket giving us what? 6 power 2x plus 2 plus 6 power 2x is equal to what? 2. Then having a plus, it means we were multiplying numbers to a similar base, and that base is what? 6. So I'll break this into what? 6 power 6 times 6 power 2 plus 6 power what? 2x is equal to what? 2. This and this are similar. I can introduce another known to replace them. So you say let 6 power 2x be equal to what? A t. Now what will I have here? I will have t times 6 squared is 36 plus a t is equal to what? 2. So this by this will give me what? 36t plus t is equal to what? 2. Then of course this and this will give me 37t is equal to 2. If you solve for t, if you're very keen, what do you get? T as 6. But we said t is same as what? 6 power 2x. So you come here and conclude 6 power 2x is 6, which is same as what? 6 power 1. Then now it means 2x is equal to 1. Therefore x is equal to what? A half. Okay, so we want to conclude by maybe only 2 equations, then that would be the end. Another equation, maybe it's a unique equation where you find what? 2 unknowns in a single, of course, equation. Like this one here, you're told to do what? Find the value of x and t in the equation. 2 power x times 5 power t is equal to what? 20. So what will you do? You're going to break down, of course, 20 into what? 4 times 5. Then we shall have 2 power x times 5 power t being what? 4 as 2 power 2, 5 being 5 power 1. Then equate, of course, the elements having what? Similar bases. So 2 power x is equal to what? 2 power 2. Therefore x will be what? Will be 2. Then of course 5 power t equals to 5 power 1. Therefore t is equal to what? 1. And that's how you approach the question. So having done that, we have come to the conclusion. I can just leave you some question to attempt on your own. Then maybe you can seek help from your teachers back at school or even your classmates. So these are the questions. For example, this question here, you are supposed to solve for what? X, y, and z. So you're having what? 3 unknowns in one equation. So try that. Then maybe another question, which is 8 power y plus 2 power 3y plus 3 is equal to 131. And maybe you can just give that question, which you can do. I can just read for you this question here. What do we have? We have 9 power a half x maybe I just copy it for you. 9 power a half x minus 1 minus 25 power a half is equal to 8 power 2/3. Now this can be your assignment, and we come to the end of our indices topic. So you can watch out for other topics, of course, of other levels from 1, from 2, 3 and 4 later.